Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are embarking on a high-stakes treasure hunt for one of the most critical, yet completely invisible assets on your property. Yep, we're talking about your septic system. We're going to navigate the often perplexing process of locating your permits online, and if that fails, exactly how to find your tank out there in the dirt.
Seriously, look out your window for just a second and ask yourself, do you know exactly what is buried in your backyard? Because if you're planning a landscaping project, a home addition, or honestly just need to do routine maintenance, not knowing exactly where your septic system is located is basically like walking blindly through a minefield. One wrong dig and we're talking thousands of dollars down the drain. Literally. And let me tell you, these things can be incredibly well hidden. A standard residential septic tank can be buried up to 4 feet underground. That is deep. It makes them invisible, ticking time bombs if they aren't located and pumped out every 3 to 5 years. So we've got to find it, and we need to find it before it finds a way to ruin your day. All right, so here is our roadmap for the hunt. 1. The hidden yard hazard. 2. Finding your digital map. 3. Navigating county online databases. 4. Reading the visual clues. 5. Tools for the hunt. And finally, 6. Calling in the crows. Let's get into it. Section 1. The hidden yard hazard. So, before we even think about grabbing a shovel, we need to define the ultimate treasure map we're actually looking for. It's called an as-built drawing. Think of this as a highly detailed document outlining the design and layout of your system exactly as it was originally installed on the property. It holds the precise location and measurements of your tank and drain field. Finding this piece of paper or digital file, well, that is our primary goal. Section 2, finding your digital map. Okay, before going straight to an internet search, check these immediate physical locations first. Your home inspection report from when you bought the property. Absolute goldmine. The location is almost always documented right in there. Next up, check your property deed or closing documents. Now, if you don't have those handy, a quick 5-minute call to your local county health department or building office can usually solve the whole mystery. They're the ones who typically keep these records on file. Section 3, navigating county online databases. But let's say you need to look it up yourself. Let's break down this online search into 3 clear steps. Step 1 is absolutely crucial here. You need your assessor's parcel number, also known as your APN or tax ID. This is the master key to unlocking most government databases, and it's far more reliable than just typing in a street address. Step 2, you're going to access your specific county's environmental health or building permits portal. And then step 3 is running the actual search, which honestly can sometimes be the trickiest part because of weird search syntax. And this right here brilliantly illustrates why you have to be persistent, because every single jurisdiction does things a little differently. For instance, in Oregon's statewide ORMS tool, you literally have to use an asterisk wildcard symbol after your parcel number to get any results. In Santa Cruz, California, your APN absolutely must include dashes. Over in Charlotte County, Florida, they actually use a shared public login for their eBridge system. The username is just public, password Charlotte. Meanwhile, Lafayette County utilizes a centralized third-party site called septicsearch.com. The big takeaway here, every county is unique, so read their specific search instructions carefully. But what happens when you do everything right and your online search yields absolutely nothing? Well, check this out. In Mason County, Washington, 13% of active systems have 0 archived records. Nothing. And this is actually super common nationwide for systems installed before the 1970s, back before permits were strictly mandated. So when the digital map completely fails us, we've got to transition to alternative solutions. We have to head outside.
Section 4, reading the visual clues.
Out in the yard, the ground might be practically shouting at you about the buried tank sitting just underneath. You just have to know what to look for. Are there unusually lush, bright green patches of grass, even right in the middle of the dry season? Do you see any slight depressions or raised mounds in the lawn? Always keep an eye out for white PVC cleanout pipes sticking up out of the ground near the house. And of course, if you have consistent, unexplained moisture or maybe faint sewage odors, well, you are very likely standing right on top of the system.
Section 5, tools for the hunt. Once you've got a general idea of the area, there are 2 distinct approaches for pinpointing it. First is the manual DIY route, using a soil probe. For about $15 to $30, you can buy a metal rod and literally poke the ground every 2 feet, following the sewer line away from your house until you physically hit the solid top of the tank. Alternatively, you can level up and rent a metal detector, which is fantastic for finding older concrete tanks that have steel rebar inside them. But Big warning here. A metal detector is completely useless if your tank is made of plastic or fiberglass.
So to save yourself time and money, you can perfectly match your property's specific situation to the most efficient detection method. If you just bought the home, spend 5 minutes checking your inspection report. It's free. If you've got a plastic tank and 0 records, you know you'll need to spend about 30 minutes and $20 on a soil probe. Matching your situation to the right tool saves you so much time and keeps you from randomly tearing up your entire lawn.
Section 6. Calling in the pros.
But hey, when in doubt, call in an expert. Professionals have access to some incredibly cool advanced tech, like waterproof sewer cameras. Basically, they can flush a camera transmitter directly down your plumbing line right from the house. Then, a technician walking above ground uses an electronic locator to track exactly where that camera is traveling. It pinpoints the tank with absolute zero guesswork, usually for just a few $100s.
Now, once you actually find the tank, following a few vital maintenance steps is going to turn this into long-term property management. First, prioritize personal safety. Always call 811 before doing any major digging so you don't hit buried utility lines. Next, clearly mark the tank's perimeter with stakes or flags. I also highly recommend installing tank risers, which basically bring the access lid right up to ground level. Do that and you literally never have to go on this treasure hunt again. And of course, get on a schedule for professional pumping every 3 to 5 years.
Because the crucial point we need to remember is this. Locating your tank is merely step 1. As the experts say, routine pumping is critical to prevent solids from building up, which can lead to backups or system failure. Routine maintenance is what actually saves your property from a catastrophic, messy wastewater disaster, and it protects the surrounding environment too. Now, just a quick disclaimer before we wrap up. While we've covered the best methods based on the source data, this explainer provides general guidance. It does not replace professional, legal, environmental, or construction advice. Always consult your local municipal codes and reach out to licensed professionals before you start excavating your yard.
Which brings us to our final thought. Is your septic system a well-documented asset, or is it a buried mystery just waiting to cost you thousands of dollars? Stop guessing. Take action today. Start by searching your local county databases, find that digital map, and secure the health of your property. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy hunting!